Now, I'm not sure if you saw the story, but Hassan Minhaj was recently outed for lying about stories in his stand-up, and it made me reflect upon myself and something that I would like to come clean about before a journalist finds out and writes an article. So here it goes. I was born in Sacramento. Thank you guys for allowing me to be vulnerable. I hope you still accept me. Now let's hop into the news here at Chad News Now. First story, what's going on with the Senate dress code? So senators are beefing over what threads they can rock in the Senate chambers, with conservatives opting for the classic suit and tie, while liberals are hoping that they can rock a fresh tee if the time calls for it. So the beef was initially grilled up when John Fetterman arrived to the Senate chambers rocking this. So people are saying that he's disrespecting the institution with his outfit, but I do trust this guy to fix my car. If he doesn't get reelected, he definitely has a plan B at West Coast Customs. Also, I'm going to go on record here. There needs to be a nationwide ban on Hoka shoes, okay? It's time to stop the Hoka hoax. They're not cool shoes. Step outside of your comfort zone into something that doesn't support your arches. They look ridiculous. Look at these. Yeah, I'm on the side of the conservatives here. I don't want a senator wearing Hokas, all right? You think I want someone writing the tax code wearing these? Absolutely not. Ladies, stop boning dudes wearing Hokas. But if Hoka wants to sponsor the show, totally down to wear them every day. You know what? I don't think suits are the answer either. Nothing good happens in a suit besides warmongering and corporate profiteering. If you're restricting your body, you're restricting your mind. That's why I'm pushing for Hawaiians. They're formal enough to get the deal done, but also cool enough to say, hey, maybe we should legalize shrooms and also put a subsidized NOS tank in everyone's car. That'd be legit. And this should go global too, okay? No one has declared war while sipping on a pina colada. Fact. Moving on. Next up, hookers at the UN? After these words.
It's all fancy, bitch boy. Now get the fuck off the cart.
Walter?
Walter?
Oh, here we go.
You see that?
Oh.
That's what you spend to heaven, bitch. And you want to test God? You fucking come get it, shit stack.
Okay, so there are reports that demand for prostitutes goes way up when UN diplomats go to Vegas. According to my source Ricky, who does security at the Cosmo, business goes up 25%. Now, a lot of people are slamming the diplomats, but I'm like, hey, when in Rome. You think if they were in Paris, the demand for croissants wouldn't go up? Get real. Croissants and pussy? That's why you get into diplomacy. So another UN insider said diplomats go crazy because they don't have these girls. Yeah, that's why I quit the debate team 2 weeks in. So basically, it's a hooker convention. And you know what? I think they should leave with that. That would get way more people into the UN. And for our final political story, we are going to investigate the Lauren Boebert Beetlejuice handjob saga. Let's dive in. So if you haven't already heard, Lauren Boebert was recently ejected from a production of Beetlejuice while giving this dude an OTPHJ while he fondled her melons. Nice. But who's Jimmy was she rubbing? CNN did an in-depth dive and found that the recipient of her gnome tickling was none other than Quinn Gallagher, the owner of a bar that hosts drag shows. So while many consider her behavior to be disrespectful, I saw something different. I saw a beautiful act of unity. Okay, look, politics can be nasty, but at the end of the day, we all just want to stroke each other. So while many were focused on her hitchhiker's tickle, which did look skilled, I was more focused on the metaphorical tearing down of our Berlin Wall. So now, you may wonder, how do we prevent the next civil war? Well, it's simple. Beetlejuice and vaping. Moving forward. All right, now to cleanse our minds and our bodies of the gnarly energy that politics brings, let's now watch a three-legged dog walk on its hind legs. Next up, sued for having a small dong after these words.
Why didn't you write me? Why? It wasn't over for me. I waited for you for 7 years. And now it's too late.
I wrote you 365 letters. I wrote you every day for a year.
You wrote me?
Yes. It wasn't over. It still isn't over.
And we're back. Okay. So, Oral surgeon Gabriel Hershman is being sued by his chauffeur for relentlessly telling him about his small dink. Wait, am I going to get sued? According to the article, he was also twirling his dink in front of people, which I don't do, so I think I'm in the clear. But apparently Dr. Hershman would mention to his chauffeur like 5 times a week that he has a really tiny lizard and that he wishes he could add inches to it and that he was unable to please his wife, which my buddy Strider's got a cure for that, brother. It's called the tongue dart. Read it and weep. Now, clearly Dr. Hershman has not processed his small dong shame correctly, okay? You don't tell it to your driver. You don't tell your patients you have a tiny pork sword, okay? You go on the news and you declare it to the world. Then after that, you crank out some root canals. Plus, everyone would love a small dong surgeon. Okay, you might think that you want big hog energy when you're going under the operating table, but let me tell you this. Small dong dudes know how to handle small equipment correctly, okay? And if he can eject man silk out of his thumbtack, he can for sure eject plaque out of your teeth. If he had just processed his shame correctly, then he would be the top small dong surgeon in New York City, which is something that I wish I had that title, okay? And my father does too because my dad's a surgeon. And imagine if I was able to tell him, hey, Dad, I'm the smallest donged neurosurgeon in New York City. He would be stoked. What I'm trying to say is, Dr. Hershman, accept it, brother. Everyone loves a small dong surgeon, even if they don't know it, because he's going to focus on you. You think a big dong surgeon is going to focus on you and making sure you get better? No, he's going to look for, where he can put his big hog. Like, how are you supposed to focus on surgery when you know you got a third leg? Okay, that's why Joe's not a surgeon. Next up, Chad's hot goss. After these words. All right, welcome, dudes, to Chad's hot goss. First story, are Bill Maher and Howard Stern no longer boys? Let's dive in. So the beef was marinated by Bill talking on his podcast about how he thinks Howard is lame for talking about his wife too much. Howard goes on and on about how much he loves his wife, Beth, which he's been doing on the air for like 10 years now. But we know Howard had his other wife before Beth, so he's trying to make me seem like I'm the slightly immoral one because I haven't settled down. Can we just not gush about the person while the other person can still hear it? Kind of a weird thing to say. Also, Howard's wife is super hot. I totally get why he gushes about her. And on top of that, I love love. So I totally support him talking about his wife. I love when he talks about his wife. And not to be braggy, but I've been on the Howard Stern show and he had this cute bee on his ring finger for his wife. Cutest thing I've ever seen. So yeah, I gotta say I'm on Howard's side for this one. Like, don't get me wrong, I miss the Sibian days as much as everyone else, but Howard loving his wife is awesome, and I think we should celebrate that. Plus, if Bill is going to make that request, then I'm going to request that he stops talking about how much sex he has, okay? It's gross. The thought of Bill Maher clapping cheeks is horrendous. Watching Bill Maher bone would be like the time Bradley Whitford fell over in Billy Madison. Watch here.
Second team All-American. Harvard trip.
Is that right?
Oh, gross. Did you see that guy's balls? Yeah, they were weird looking.
Shout out to Bradley Whitford. He's a legend. And you know what? Also, I love Bill Maher. I'm not trying to throw shade on Bill Maher. I think he's great. He's like one of my favorite douches. So next up, Morgan Osman, who went viral for a tirade on an American Airlines flight, has been offered $25K to do an hour-long porn shoot with Cam Soda. Let's watch the viral tirade here.
Call me a bitch again. Call me a bitch again. Yeah, you guys did nothing wrong. I said shut up. No, you shut the fuck up. You shut the fuck up and your bitch.
Goodbye.
You shut the... Film me. I'm Instagram famous, you fucking bum. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up.
Whoa, that was intense. By the way, saying I'm Instagram famous is like the modern way of saying my parents pay my rent. Which reminds me, I gotta text my dad. Hey, Dad. Yeah, it's the end of the month. Can you spot me on rent? Yeah, I'm hoping for a sponsorship from Hoka. Yeah, the shoe, yeah. Yeah, I love your Hoka shoes. All right, thanks. All right, I love you. Bye. Cam Soda followed up here. Given your interest in being filmed, we here at Cam Soda would love to have you broadcast yourself on our XXX platform. Shout out Vin Diesel. I'd like to formally offer you up to $25,000 to perform a 1 hour long cam show on our site. As much as I would love to see that, personally, I stand with SAG-AFTRA, and I don't think Morgan should cross the picket line for this. Next story. Lastly, is Kim Kardashian entering her cougar phase? After these words.
Parkour! 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 Extreme!
So there are some hot rumors that she and Odell Beckham Jr. are bumping uglies. And I'm like, dude, first Pete Davidson, now ODBJ? She's this close to becoming Stifler's mom. I can't wait. And finally, NASA predicts a large asteroid could hit the Earth in 159 years. So the near-Earth object Bennu, which is roughly a third of a mile wide, could collide with Pachamama. And they say it would unleash the wrath of 22 atomic bombs. But I say, nice try, NASA. We didn't even go to the moon. Hot take. Yeah. Now let's enjoy a quick lesson on rap history from Dana White and Mike Tyson.
I listen to Rockstar, but I'm a big fucking rap fan from way back when. Okay. And you know, I mean, I grew up in the 80s when rap really started to take off. Fucking Run DMC, LL Cool J, the Beastie Boys, the Fat Boys, Salt and Pepper. You give love a bad name. That's Bon Jovi.
Okay. And now for our philosophy of the day, we turn to our correspondent, ChatGPT. So ChatGPT picked Buddhism's impermanence, and Mr. GPT says, the concept of impermanence, or anicca in Pali, is foundational in Buddhist philosophy. Recognizing that all things, including our feelings and circumstances, change and are transient, can provide comfort during difficult times, reminding us that even the most intense anxiety will pass. Basically, whatever you're feeling will pass. If you're stoked, too stoked, not stoked, it will pass. Life is ever flowing, okay? You are not stuck in one mode of not stoke. You will find your stoke again. I know it. And if you're stoked right now, you can stay stoked. Man, I love philosophy. And the Buddha. What a legend. Now let's go to our tanning report to see the best spots to tan in the country. Oh, dude, nice. Wow, dude, you can tan in like almost all the country. Sorry, Northeast. Looks like your tanning days are dwindling, but any other part of the country, looks like you can bronze. Get out there because this will not last. Also, if you're in the Northeast, I would highly suggest going to Miami for like a weekend. Just make sure you lock in that base tan for the winter. Winter is coming. And now for finance. Let's see what's going on in the world of finance. Oh, dude, the Dow's green again. Nice. Yeah, dude. The Dow's crushing it. Yeah. If you're looking to invest, put all your money in the Dow. Yeah, stocks are looking good. Hell yeah. Good finance always fires me up. Even though I have no idea what I'm looking at. I just look at colors. All right, and for our surf report for the week, if you're in Southern California, it's going to be flat. Make sure you take a soft top out there and just cruise. The rest of the country, probably flat too, so this is cruising time. Guys, thank you so much for joining me for this week's episode of CNN Chad News Now. Make sure you like and subscribe, support the channel, put on that notification so you can be notified for next week's news. I love you guys and stay stoked. Late.